Hey, how's it going, people of the interwebs? Welcome to Devin's 11. I don't know about you, but I really love video games, especially RPGs. So today on the first top 11 of this channel, I'm going to be counting down my top 11 favorite RPGs. Keep note, this list is based off my opinion, and I know that a lot of people are going to disagree with me, so hold your horses. Also, I might not be in touch with some of the newer RPGs, so don't get mad if something's not mentioned that you might think is pretty popular. Number 11. Deus Ex Human Revolution. I've always liked stealth games, and the fact that this is a game that is a stealth RPG makes it even better. Deus Ex Human Revolution is a third-person action stealth shooter, and I've loved this game because of its cyberpunk style and theme to it. Human Revolution has received critical acclaim upon its release, with many reviewers finding its open nature of the game just huge, and the weight of the social interaction on the outcome of the events. And looking back now, and seeing that the game was made in 2011, it really just shows how well a game can hold up, which is why it made its number 11 spot. Number 10. Dark Souls. A very fun and addicting game, but is known for its ridiculous difficulty. Some people think the difficulty makes it fun, but unfortunately, I am a rage monster. The game has huge combat depth. Fighting every monster is just such a cool experience. It just really wraps up to pull you in, and it makes you really feel like you accomplish something whenever you do something big in the game, because of its difficulty. And altogether, it just kept pulling me back. Number 9. Elder Scrolls III, Morrowind. One of the first open-world games I'd ever played, it was pretty mind-blowing, and it became one of the most memorable RPGs on this list. And character creation really pulled you in by making you feel like you were in the game. Not to mention the skill system that helped you develop how you wanted your character to be. And the combat in 3D environments really made it fun to swing a sword around. I felt like I was being a knight. And the game was very well received to the public and critically acclaimed, and over 60 awards, even spawning a Game of the Year edition. Even though it's just the third, it's still just a great game. Number 8. Fable III. This game had a nice mix of abilities and things to do. With such a wide range of quests and things to go on, you really felt like you were in a real world. Not to mention the fun factor of the customization, and the fact you'd become royalty technically from the passed down generations of the old games really tied it all together. All the magic in this game really felt cohesive and original to this world, and tying the abilities together was even more fun with these gauntlets, making it simple but still very fun, earning its place at number 8. Number 7. Mass Effect 2. In a game, I really love the ability to make choices, and being able to love the characters from the story, and even from the previous games. And if you'd play Mass Effect 1, you were able to bring those characters and decisions you'd made into this game, really making it seem like everything you do count. Which is why making choices is such a hard thing in this game, and it brings you to make love the characters even more. And because of every character being so memorable, you might have even ended up falling in love with one of them. And Mass Effect is a defining series of video games. And the whole feeling of traveling to other worlds and space and intergalactic travel, I really felt like I was in a sci-fi movie. Not to mention all the cinematic scenes that add to its movie-like traits. And since you're making the choices, you're even more tied into the story than you ever would in a game. Number 6. Fallout 3. Looking into this game, I realized I just loved the whole sandbox feel and free roam capabilities. Being able to do what I want with a lot of creative NPCs set the game to a new standard. The Fallout games are home to some of the most creative NPCs in gaming history. The game really has open-ended gameplay and a really flexible character leveling system. Really made a groundbreaking game for the industry in RPGs. Number 5. Elder Scrolls IV, Oblivion. This game was a stunning upgrade compared to Morrowind, which left me playing for very long extended periods at a time. And I love the game for all its lore, which the Elder Scrolls games never dared to disappoint, in its background and its characters. All the things they improved upon from the old game really shined through here, and with its new settings and other worlds to travel to, it really felt like it had endless possibilities. Number 4. Borderlands II. A very addicting game to play, with millions and millions of guns, all with varying abilities and attributes, making the game very much a stress inducer and a stress reliever, with satisfying kills and ridiculous weapons. With 17.75 million guns, which broke a world record, and Borderlands 2 has even more, which shows you in just one area how much they improved. Now, not to say guns aren't the only thing they added more to, and the new characters to choose from are arguably more memorable than the first game. Characters like Zero and Maya brought very interesting twists to what you could see in a type of game that's like this. Not many games do you see yourself wanting to play as a character and they feel like yours at the same time, but also feel like their own personal identity. Number 3. Fallout New Vegas. The gameplay here is far improved from Fallout 3, and the setting for New Vegas gives it a lot more memorable areas, and personally I just like much better. And the game is fun to level up in, because of the huge variety of dangers and points of realism. At points you'd feel like you really were that guy making the decisions of going through your daily tasks, and trying to avoid danger, and at the same time trying to gain reward. And some of the new features in this game really just made it feel like a whole brand new Fallout game. Even though it wasn't the sequel, and more of a spin-off series, well, it still showed huge improvements, which is why this game earned the bronze medal. Number 2. Pokemon Black 2. I played this game for hours. It became very addicting and fun, and the legendary in this game is very original compared to the others, considering the fact that it's basically 2 legendaries put into one, making the first Pokemon fusion. And I love the region because of its American-like roots. Not to mention the place that was basically New York City, and all the starters of this game were pretty well rounded. I ended up picking Oshawott, because I also had him in black and white, and seeing all my old friends from the first game grown up, and even one being a gym leader, really made you feel like this world was cohesive and a part of something bigger. And because of this, it made me start watching the Pokemon show again, which just shows you how this game really won itself the silver medal. Number 1. Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. This being one of my favorite games of all time, with the endless gameplay and things to do, I just love the skills and weapons and armor. And opening up that new chest, just wondering what's inside. A new piece of equipment to help me beat that monster I couldn't beat. The whole providence of Skyrim is such a new feel to the Elder Scrolls series with its snow-like features and its giant mountains. And climbing these things felt so good compared to the usual stretches across just hills and valleys. And at the time, a very beautiful game, and all I wanted to do was just explore every inch of the world, and find every secret to uncover, and really just be the Dragonborn. Which is why it receives the gold medal.